Hey guys, me Dave. It is, what is it, the 5th? 10/5, 2022, so it's Wednesday night. I'm just sitting here, not much going on with targeting really. They're kind of laying off me. I shouldn't say that because maybe they'll nail me, but there's not much going on. I deserve a break. I really do deserve a break. I've been tortured all summer long since the middle of May until like the middle of September. So, or the end of September. So, what is that? 4.5 months, 5.5 months. I still have a cough going on, but there's not much going on with me, So I'll talk about what do you guys want to listen to? What do you want to, what do you want to know about? Maybe I'm not covering the things you guys want to hear about. Maybe that's why I'm not getting many views. I don't know. I don't promote my page at all. I don't do the words. I don't promote my page at all. All that stuff. But I am the real deal. So if you if you want to know about Voice to Skull, how do they do that? They can beam voices into your head. It's not very hard to do. I'm gonna cough. I just went through a sneezing fit too. They're making me sneeze like 100 times in a row. But they beam a beam into your head, voices into your head. So well, they can put voices in your head, and it's very easy to do that. They even said that on the CNN Havana Syndrome, the Truth About Havana Syndrome special. They said they were talking about sounds. Sounds of crickets, sounds of this, sounds of that. Even the top specialist, directed energy specialists, or whatever you want to call them, in the country they interviewed, and he said voices are not. He didn't say voices. Sounds are very easy to do. He actually, it was a Asian guy. He actually, um, he went through it himself. He had one of his staff members put sounds into his head to kind of feel, to see what it would feel like to have these sounds in your head, and he did it himself, so it's very, very easy, to put sounds in your head, voices in your head. That's one of the easiest things they can do. You don't have to be a rocket scientist to do that. Even Barry Trower says, "Oh, they can do that easy, no problem." So my nose stuffed because I've been sneezing just before I got on here. So Voice of Skull. Usually if you're a big target, you get Voice of Skull. Usually they don't talk directly to you. They may talk like you're not there. They may talk like you may make a comment about something, and they'll be like, "Oh, this guy's crazy. What is he talking about?" They may do things like that. They may do sounds outside. People might be, it could be your neighbors, you guys. Your neighbors are usually involved in the beginning. They're not doing the weapons. Some people think the neighbors are doing the weapons on you. It usually, it starts off local, where your neighbors are involved. Sometimes you'll hear them on V2K and all that stuff. But now, like, if you've been locked up or you've been in this program for a while, it's not your neighbors doing this. They're not really involved. They could be involved in harassment, but they're not involved on talking V2K and all this stuff. That's happening from a different location, They want you to think it's your neighbors all the time, you guys. It's not. It's not your neighbors. That's a psyop. That's what they want you to think. But in the beginning, it could be your neighbors. They could be talking on V2K. They could have men there talking on V2K and all this stuff, calling you a child molester, calling you, all kinds of terrible things. They were saying all kinds of terrible things to me on V2K. It didn't start off as a skit. It started off as they were kind of talking around me. There'd be a guy outside. And I thought this guy was gonna come and cut this effing tree down and all this stuff. It was V2K. I didn't realize it was V2K. I thought it was the guy outside talking, and I could hear him, but it was V2K. And these guys are perverted, you guys. They will make you, they will try to get you to play with yourself, and then they'll make comments about that. They'll be like, "Oh, he's at it again! Oh my God! Oh," this whole program is perverted, and these guys are perverts, and that's just the truth of it. I've heard stories of husband and wife laying in bed, and they give the wife orgasm, and stuff in front of the husband, and stuff. That's really what they do. They are perverted. They will hit your wife. They will hit your children. They will hit all kinds of your family members and stuff like that. But let's get back to V2K. Okay, so it didn't start off as skits, you guys. They were kind of talking around me. They were outside taking down the fence, and they'd be like, "Oh, I can't get the screw out. I can't get the screw out." Oh. They weren't directly talking to me at first. I was paranoid. I thought people were after me and all this stuff. I was laying in the basement. I was sleeping in the basement, you guys. We have a room down there, and I was sleeping in the basement. I was so paranoid. They can make you super, super paranoid with these weapons. I was sleeping in the basement, and they throw rocks at the window. Get up, and all this stuff, and let them sleep, and all this stuff. It was all V2K. I didn't realize what was going on. I didn't know anything about targeting. I didn't know anything about V2K. I didn't know anything. And these people were making comments about my life. I had no idea. I thought they were outside making comments, and I could just hear them. I didn't realize it was them. Another thing they will do, they have a soundboard, you guys, with thousands of sounds. Another thing they would do is that they would make it sound like somebody was in the bushes. They would do leaves blowing in the wind. They can do that. It's a psyop for first of all, but they can make it sound like somebody's out there in the bushes, or somebody's out there. We're out there in the bushes. We're making sure nobody hurts you and all this stuff. Because that's what they did. They were pretending they were here to protect me from bad people. They were going to hurt me. That's kind of the way it all started. Okay, so they do skits. If you're a big target, they will do skits. A lot of times they're live at first. They are live at first, talking to you 24/7. They have teams of how many people. Hive Mind team 24/7 at first. Sorry, I got gook in my nose. So a lot of times in the beginning is 24/7 Hive Mind team talking to you, okay? And they really are talking to you for a while, they were talking to me for a long time in real time. They were interrogating me at nighttime. You stole a candy bar, you stole a bag of gum, oh my God, you're just, and they make you feel super guilty about that, but later on, after a few months, it is automated. I'm trying to think how they do that. I think they have to map out a certain part of your brain or something to make it automated. I think there's something they have to map out to make it automated all the time so you respond. And they can force you to respond. They can also do forced speech where the supercomputer is actually responding for you, And they've been doing that lately to me. I went to a call and some guy was talking and the supercomputer was saying, "Oh, that's all bullshit," and all this stuff. So they can, after a certain part of your brain is mapped out and they got things figured out, then they go to automated, and you can tell it's automated. You got a certain skit for every day of the week. That's what they did to me, and all stuff. But they were live a lot of times, you guys. They were live a lot of times. Like I said before in the other video, they were singing me songs. I had a heater running in my room, and they would tell me to turn off the heater, and they would sing me songs. Sing me songs with music. It sounded like it sounded like a real person, but it's also sounded like it was computer generated somehow. It's super hard to explain if you haven't been through that. They use everything on me, you guys. High-tech stuff, the latest of what they got on me. But they would sing me songs with music. With music, you guys. You got guitar playing in the back, and the perp would be like, "Yeah, you're this," and they would sing songs until I turned the heater on. I turned the heater back on, and they would stop, and they would talk normal, and they were live at that time. And they would talk normal. "Oh, you're, you call me, they would do everything to me, and a lot of it was interrogation at nighttime. I didn't get much sleep. I was up a lot of the time. Just remember, you guys, I was in this room with no lights on, no computer, no phone, no TV. I was living this way for a year in complete isolation. For a year. They had me isolated, and they were torturing me, interrogating me, trying to do mind control on me. Maybe it doesn't work that well on me. I'm not really sure why I'm such a big target. And they're spending millions and millions and millions of dollars on me. I really don't understand it unless they're having a hard time doing it to me. I would go out in the kitchen, make supper, let the dogs out. They were torturing my dogs at that time. I was getting hit super bad. I was getting hit so bad, you guys. These agencies were telling my relative. My relative would call up Walgreens herself and say, "Here, talk to this guy. You need to get on medication so this stops." That's how bad I was being tortured. "You need to talk to this guy and tell him." He wanted to know my social security number. I wouldn't give it. I'm like, "I'm not giving this guy my social security number. I don't know who he is." Some guy from Walgreens, so he could get my medication. They wanted me to go on medication so this would stop. Even these agencies were contacting my family members to get on medication, go to my doctor's appointments so this would stop. I'm like, "I'm not seeing anybody. There ain't nothing wrong with me. I'm not going on any medications." And I went that way for a year, you guys. Until they took me down with pain. And they sent me to the psych ward the last time. I was in there for 5 weeks. And then they sent me to a treatment center for 3 months. Going back to V2K, so they do skits. Sometimes they do a lot of skits and all this stuff. They will play a bit good cop, bad cop, and they'll pretend everyone wants, "Oh, this girl wants to stop this," it's all a psyop, you guys. It's all a psyop. These guys are actors, you guys. They're drama queens. They're actors. They know how to act. They can cry. I've seen these guys cry on demand. Cry on demand with tears. Men cry on demand with tears running down their face. They're good actors. They can win an Emmy, you guys. That's how good of actors these people are. They go to the fullest, you guys. They're not messing around. But another thing with V2K is if you have real V2K, you can hear the V2K through the fan. You can hear it through running water. When you're taking a shower, you can hear them talk through the water. You can hear them talk through the fan. You can hear them talk through the motor in the fridge. You can hear them talking through the spit in your mouth. It sounds like it's coming from the spit in your mouth. That's real V2K. You can hear from the leaves blowing outside. You can hear, they can amplify this stuff through anything that's running or whatever. And they can make it sound like it's coming from anywhere. I don't know how they do it, but they can do it. You can take a shower or a bath, and they'll talk to you through the running water in V2K. They'll talk to you through the fridge, the motor running through the fridge. They can amplify that and make it look like it's coming from the fridge. It totally makes you look crazy if you ever told anybody about that, But that's what they can do with real V2K. They can make it sound like it's coming from anywhere. Running water, the fridge, a fan. They can amplify it through anywhere. I don't know how they do that, but they can. And they have a soundboard of thousands of sounds, you guys. They can do sirens outside. They can do thumping in the house. They can do another common thing is they will have somebody stomp up the stairs and slam the door. That's another common thing that they do with V2K. And that's even on some of the websites that other TIs talk about. They will do that. That's a common one. A common one is having the voices go through the leaves, blowing leaves. And then another common one is they'll have somebody stomp up the stairs and slam the door. They'll make it think it's your relative or something if you don't know what's going on. This is all before I knew what V2K was and all this stuff. And then until I did some research, on it, and I came across like William the Bastard. I came across Kyle, was one of the first TIs I've seen. And he was reading about remote monitoring and stuff like that before he got into his other stuff he's talking about. And that's how I learned about this, stuff. So anyway, I'm going to cut this off. They do all kinds of things. They can control you with V2K, you guys. I don't know how they do it, but they can, and stuff. But anyway, I'm going to cut this off. I'm probably not explaining this very well, but hopefully it'll help you out if you're getting V2K. Anyway, I'm going to cut this off. I hope you guys doing well, and I'll talk to you guys later.